If you want to have a better visualization of how GRPO works in the context of LLMs, this video is just for you. So before we begin, let's look at the basic architecture of how PPO works. So the key component that we should understand is how the advantages are being computed over every sample. So in PPO, it uses the actor-critic model, so we require a value model to compute individual values over every token. Furthermore, the KL penalty is also applied in the reward, so this will give us the individual rewards over every token. From there, we can use the generalized advantage estimate to give us the individual advantages. Afterwards, we can scale the advantages with the importance sampling ratio to update the policy model. So the key difference with GRPO is that it no longer requires the value model and it uses the group statistics instead. So let's go through the pipeline of how GRPO works. So suppose we have some input prompt and we pass this to the policy model. This will allow us to generate rollouts formed in the group. So in this case, there are 4 rollouts in this group. Next, we can pass in the individual rollouts to the reward model to get individual rewards. From there, we can calculate the group statistics, for example, like the mean or the standard deviation. We can then compute the advantages by taking the individual reward minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. These advantages are then broadcast to all the tokens in the sequence. Afterwards, we scale this by the importance sampling ratio and subtract it by the KL term. So this KL term is a sample estimate and is based on the current policy model and the reference model. The KL term is also scaled by a hyperparameter beta. After going through this entire process, we can then now get the objective function to update the policy model. So in summary, for GRPO versus PPO, in GRPO, it simplifies the process by now allowing us to not need to have a value model. The advantages is also computed by a group relative reward normalized by group standard deviation rather than the generalized advantage estimate. The KL penalty is also now applied directly to the policy objective rather than incorporating it into the reward. So that's all for the video today. If you enjoyed, stay tuned for more content relating to training better LLM models.